We have Jesse Singh joining us. Namaste. Thank you very, very much, Mr. Singh. Your first thoughts on what's happening in Canada and the posture adopted by the Canadian Prime Minister.
Thank you, Anand, for having me on your show. It was a very, disappointing day yesterday, listening to Justin Trudeau, the so-called leader of a superpower, Canada, and the way he handled the situation was very disappointing. Without any proof, without any evidence, he made such a big allegation, and it's very hard to digest all this what happened. But we at this point ask Justin Trudeau to stop dividing the Sikh community, which is living outside India, and give us the proof if you have it.
The other part, Mr. Singh, is that isn't Mr. Trudeau broad brushing all Sikhs as Khalistanis by taking a position with someone like Hardeep Nijjar, who's got a criminal antecedent? He's broken Canadian laws because he's been seen with AK-47s back in 2017, but no action taken against him. He's somebody who's a red corner, who's got a red corner notice against him in the past, designated a terrorist by the government of India. But for batting for someone like this, is he not trying to broad brush all Sikhs, saying that if I stoke this sentiment, the Sikhs will generally come back and vote for me?
This is exactly a political game going on. A minority community, the Sikhs, are being used as political pawn in Canada. Jagmeet Singh is the leader of opposition party who is supporting Trudeau government. And just to get his support, this action has been taken. And this is very shameful. And at this point, I think, I also want to like to tell you that the Khalistan movement outside India, in Canada and US, is not that big what it seems. There are 800,000 Sikhs living in Canada right now. And when the protests happened, or even for the referendum, there were not more than 5,000 Sikhs who showed up. So there's a very big silent majority in US and America who do not support this ideology and who want to, be in the mainstream. So I think at this point, it's very imperative. I appeal to the Indian media and to the Indian government to embrace the silent majority of the Sikhs right now, who feel very divided and who feel very equally distressed, like our Hindu brothers right now, of what Trudeau has done.
But Mr. Singh, India or Bharat has never let go of the embrace. We hold the Sikh community very tight to our heart because they're integral to Bharat. The fact is that it is Mr. Justin Trudeau who's not hold them to an embrace.
Absolutely.
And this majority, the majority that you're talking about, the 795,000 or 795,000 who do not support these kind of things, they are also not speaking out. Why are they keeping quiet?
See, nobody's asking them. What should they do? If they get a chance, they would. I'm here talking about it. I represent an organization. Yes, there are issues.
I think we just lost Mr. Singh's audio. We'll try and get him back. And on this very important point, and a few follow-up questions also on elements like Panun, who, being an American citizen, is threatening Canadian Hindus and running his referendum. I'm just going to check. Have you got muted, Mr. Singh? Because we can see you speaking, but we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Have you muted your audio by... Yeah, I can. Please continue now.
So like I was saying, Sikhs do have issues in India. So do Hindus, so do Christians and Muslims. But India has a legal justice system. India has a constitution, and Sikhs and Hindus and Muslims and Christians, they fight their fights in India under the Indian legal system. And majority of the Sikhs living outside India do not want this ideology, and they are with India. And this new narrative that is coming out from a so-called Khalistani leader asking Hindus to get out will not be tolerated by majority of the Sikhs, by all Sikhs, I'm going to say here, because Sikhs are looked upon in these countries as the go-to person. We have so many immigrants come from India. When they see a Sikh on a foreign soil, they come to him for help. And that's what Sikhs are known for. And we're going to be with our Hindu brothers and Christian brothers and Muslim brothers, all Indian brothers who come here. So I want to let, through your media, know that we stand united and we are together.
The other question, Mr. Singh, is that there is an American citizen who's now operating out of Canada, calling for a particular movement against Indo-Canadian Hindus. And this is Gurpatwant Pannu. What should be the position against him? Because he's flirting with the law very carefully.
Yes.
An American citizen threatening Indo-Canadian Hindus. Why is the Trudeau administration not saying anything? And will you, as the chief of the Sikh for Americas, urge the US administration also to treat someone like a Gurpatwant Pannu as a hate monger or as a terrorist as he's been designated by the Indian government?
See, the Indian government has to pursue this very aggressively and with the proper channels. Again, like I said, there are equal number of Sikhs living in US, and these are very small number of people who have hijacked the whole Sikh community. And we stand with the Indian government on this. We will resolve all the Sikh issues through dialogue, through talks with India in a proper way under the constitution. There's Sikhs living in India who have all means available to them, and these few people have hijacked the Sikh causes, and they are now damaging the whole community and the whole Indian community here. So we need to put an end to this. Gurpatwant Singh Pannu does not have support among Sikhs here, a very small support, a very fringe element who support him. It is very evident when there are protests outside embassies, there are only 50 to 100 people showing up, and majority of the Sikhs are away from all this. So we need to make sure that the Sikhs, which is the silent majority, we need to bring them up. We need to make them feel comfortable that you can speak up your mind. You won't be threatened in any way. Come and speak your mind. And majority of them, like I told you, come to India, they love India and everything. Punjab is a state that everybody, all Sikhs go to, and it's a part of India which is flourishing and a very important part of India, and Sikhs are a very important part of India. So this is a very, very small element. Justin Trudeau has tried to divide the Sikh community, tried to use them as political pawns, and we are not going to stand for that. If he has any evidence, he should have given them before he made that statement, which was very, very shameful for a leader of his stature to make. When he was in India on G20, he stood by, when he made that statement, it was a very balanced statement. Actually, why he didn't bring this up there? He's saying that he spoke with Prime Minister Modi behind the scenes. Why didn't he do a press conference and come out and say it there, what he had to say? But no, when he came back, that's when this plan was done, and the way it was done, it stinks. Like you said, India told Canada 3 years ago about the dossier that Mr. Nijjar is a terrorist. Why didn't he handle it then? Why didn't he bring Mr. Nijjar to the table and the Indian ambassador to the table and say, hey, look, give us your proof. What's going on here? And try to resolve this 3 years ago. We wouldn't have had this problem today. But it was Canada's, intentions to prolong it, to make it dirty, and then use it for political opportunity.
The other thing, Mr. Singh, is that there are people who are using Sikhi to insult and abuse not just Sikhi way of life, the Sikh form of life, but also Sikhs. Look at this person, Pannu. None of the tenets of Sikhi does he follow. Kesh, Kanga, Kada, Kirpan, Kacha, none of the 5 basic tenets he does. But he wears a quasi patka, shaves, and then he stands there and he says he represents Sikhs. Should this not be condemned outright? Why are the religious heads also allowing people to just get away with this kind of brazen abuse of the Sikh tenets itself?
Absolutely. I don't know which Sikh leaders allowing him. Like I told you, here there's a very, very small group that supports him. There is Sikh community does not support or follow him as a leader. And, and I appeal to the Indian media to, at this point, bring the silent majority of Sikhs out who can come and speak the truth.
My final question, Mr. Singh,
and
what
let me
next
tell you about
should
Mr.
be done?
Pannu. Mr. Pannu has an immigration firm here where he is filing political asylum cases for when illegal immigrants come here. He files political asylum cases, and to get those cases look genuine, he starts this up that, oh, in India there's lots of abuse going on with Sikhs, and poor immigrants who come here, they have no other choice to become legal here, and they are being pushed through this political asylum phase. And this serves Pannu's bread and butter too.
So is this largely a business and a profiteering racket that's going on?
That's what it is. That's what it always has been. It was either politically motivated. Khalistan movement was either politically motivated, or either economically.
Where do you see this stopping? What do you think you are now going to do next as somebody who's representing such a key body, important body? And I'm sure you have connections with your counterparts in Canada, and you work closely in that region. And what would you expect Bharat to do, or the Bharat government to do?
See, I think at this point, we should wait. We are demanding Prime Minister Trudeau to put up any proof that he has or any evidence that he has and bring it up before making all these big accusations. And, we would at this point ask the Indian government to make sure that the Sikh community and the Hindu community living abroad and in India are embraced equally. And at this point, the government takes steps to unite the Sikhs that are living away from India, who love India, but with this statement of Trudeau can be confused or can be, at this point, very, very distraught, just like the Hindu community right now.
See, Nijjar's death or Nijjar's murder, he calls it credible allegations and he blames Bharat. The question with Ripudaman Singh, he remains quiet. Ripudaman Singh was one of the two acquitted by the Canadian courts in the Kanishk bombing and the Kanishk issue of the 182, Air India 182, the flight IC-182. Why is it that he's silent on Ripudaman Singh? Ripudaman Singh is somebody who gave up this entire Khalistan thing, and then he embraced Bharat and he changed his ways. He was murdered last year. Why is Mr. Trudeau silent there? A Baloch activist was recently found dead. Why is he quiet there?
See, we have the answer. Ripudaman Singh Malik was assassinated almost 2 years ago now, and nothing has been done about it. Where there were witnesses too, but nothing has been done. No arrests made. And and everybody knew that he and Mr. Nijjar had an open fight amongst themselves, where open threats were given against Ripudaman Singh Malik. But again, it looks like a political, motivated statement that Trudeau gave. It smells like a political motivated statement, and it is a politically motivated statement. He wants to please for some votes that he wants to get. He's digging a hole for himself. He's not doing any favors to Canada or to the Sikh community, and this is going to come back and bite him.
Yes, somewhere the Canadian citizens need to just answer Trudeau by the ballot. And that includes all of Canada's Hindus, Sikhs, the entire population. All Canadian citizens should outrightly reject such hate-mongering and brazen, trying to drive a wedge between two very, very friendly nations and vibrant democracies. Mr. Jassi Singh, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your time. And let's hope there are some concrete steps that are taken to show Trudeau the right way.
Thank you.